But yo, this smell, bro, this smell is bad. It's bad. It smells so bad that I don't know, I'm like thinking to myself, do I even want to use it in my own garden? Do you mow your lawn or cut your grass, or maybe you even get someone else to give you their grass clippings? Well, let me tell you, I'm going to show you a few different ways of what you can do with those grass clippings, and definitely you can use it as fertilizer. But I'm also going to tell you what the bad part about it is. Let me tell you, not everyone maybe doesn't speak about the bad things that come along with making something like this. But then again, they probably do not have ADHD, which maybe is not necessarily that bad, but they're more like mistakes. Because you know what? I'm too pregnant to worry about these mistakes right now, and we're just gonna wing it. Because you know what? That's kind of like what I do all the time. Let's go. What's going on, my plant peoples? I am the ADHD gardener, where I use gardening, houseplants, and humor as a much needed form of mental health therapy, sobriety, and also learning how to navigate this crazy ass world we live in with ADHD. And I'm short of breath because just talking and walking leaves me short of breath. See, look, not too bad, right? You know, hey, for being 8 months pregnant, not so bad. But out here, I'm a little slow in the garden this year, so I decided to wing making some fertilizer using those lawn clippings. So we're gonna be talking about that, but that leads me to the bad parts about it. It's not necessarily bad. I'm forgetting my earrings today. Do I have, oh, I forgot my earrings. See, there you go. See, look at that, I forgot my earrings today. But either way, that's not the point. The point is, if you have some grass clippings, you can definitely make your own fertilizer. Is there good parts about it? Absolutely, because it is high in nitrogen. And that's exactly what we can use to develop and grow our garden right in the beginning of the season. Now, if you don't have a lawn, it's all good, because I got a few neighbors around here that know what I'm doing with my garden. So they graciously hooked me up with bags and bags of grass clippings, which is pretty cool because you know what? I don't have that big of a front lawn to be getting out, you know, the amount of grass clippings that I would need to make compost, which is the first thing that you can actually do with your grass clippings. It is a great source of green nitrogen that would be great for your compost when it comes to decomposition. That's fantastic. The only thing is that when you have a bunch of grass clippings, it will, if you do not have proper aeration, is going to develop a really big stank. It's going to smell, and it's going to smell really, really, really bad. When you are throwing the grass clippings inside of your compost pile, make sure to constantly turn it and give it some oxygenated conditions, which means you're going to be turning it, letting the oxygen flow in between it. And you know what? That will help prevent the smell. And let me tell you, grass clippings, when it is not oxygenated properly, it's gonna smell, and it's gonna smell so bad. I've already had neighbors complain about my compost every now and again because of the grass clippings only. So just letting you know, fair warning, all right? But it does make some great fertilizer, which is great, which is what we're gonna do. Now you're going to need a trash can. You don't need a trash can. You could use a 5-gallon bucket if you want to. That's all good. But I got a big old trash can, so I'm thinking to myself, sure, I could just make more fertilizer. What can go wrong with that? Well, just like the compost, when it comes to the ratio or the wrong ratio with oxygen and whatever the case may be, same thing can go wrong with your fertilizer making process. Okay, so technically you only need water and grass clippings. Okay, so you're gonna take a 5-gallon bucket, you're gonna take a pail, you're gonna take a big old garbage can like I have right here. When it comes to making the fertilizer, you actually want to do it with a different type of ratio. Okay, you want more water than you want the grass clippings, because let me tell you, that was my problem number one. I told Jose to dump a whole bag of grass clippings inside of this garbage can. Yeah, that was way too many grass clippings for the amount of water in the container that I had, which would lead to what? Anaerobic conditions, and also just not enough water to disperse the amount of grass clippings that is put into that garbage can. So let me tell you, the smell is rank. That smell smells so bad. So I had to do a little modifying. What you're gonna need is a good old stick, because you're gonna be stirring that sucker every day, okay? You want like all of the grass clippings to release its nutrients, release its nitrogen inside of that water. Yes, it is going to smell. I keep stressing that. I don't know how many people have mentioned the smell. Now, even if you do have the greatest ratio of grass clippings to water, it may still give off a smell, because in the end, it's partially gonna be decomposing. So you are going to get a stink smell at some point, but maybe depending on how bad or how much grass clippings you put in it is how bad of a smell you're going to get. Remember that, because this smells. Once I take off the lid, it's a wrap. It's just horrific smelling. But every day you're going to be swishing it around and kind of like letting all this grass clippings go. Wow. Yo. The smell. So if you have any input, info, comments, I don't even care if you rip me up in the comments. That's cool. I'm gonna know and find out some information about this because this stinks. But I have heard in other scenarios that fertilizer doesn't smell the best anyway. So I'm assuming that it's still gonna be good anyway, regardless, okay? Just don't put it directly on your fruit because your fruit is gonna stink, okay? Don't do that, and you're gonna be eating that. So you wanna put it directly on the ground. So try to avoid the actual leaves and the actual fruit itself. When I say double glove, I mean it because, boy, this smell gets straight through one glove. And even 2 gloves was not enough. I had to wash my hands like a bajillion times just to get the smell off, which was pretty darn bad. So let's open this up. Oh, God, this is going to stink. Ooh. If there was smell-o-vision, you would smell this. Look at the color, though. It's like a greenish... It's like a greenish brown color. That has to be good. That means that the nutrients have seeped up out of the grass into the water. So I'm assuming this is good. But you know what? It is going to be definitely concentrated. I took one of my small sifters and I just took out all of the grass that I possibly could have because let me tell you, the ratio was definitely off. I must have did like a 1-to-1. That was the most dumbest thing I did. 1 part grass to 1 part water. That was way too much, obviously. So I had to dig it out because that was definitely contributing to the smell and it was not good. I squeezed out a lot of the grass because it had all that liquid, which is kind of like liquid gold if you think about it in a fertilizer type of way. But that's what made my hands stink, okay? Totally noted. I had this at least marinating inside of that garbage can for at least like 4 days, 4 or 5 days. You don't have to. I do the minimum of like 3 days, which is all good. But I think another problem that I had was that this stinking garbage can was directly in the sun. And it was blazing hot for like the whole entire 4 days. So I'm sure that did contribute to the rank smell that exists inside of this fertilizer, which is pretty bad. When you are ready to use this inside of your garden, you do have to dilute it because it is super strong inside of your garden. So I would dilute it by at least a half, okay? So like a 1-to-1 ratio, and then you can judge from there. Oh, I just got my phone wet. All right, this is gonna be super gross. See, this is just for an example until I figure out a better way of doing the mixture properly, but I already got this filled with just a little bit of water. And now, without complete, I got the stench smell on me. Oh, that's gross. Oh, this smells so nasty. Look, it's still like really green, greenish brown. I'm gonna use this though. I mean, will it be somewhat strong or not? I guess, time will tell. Just know right from the beginning, right from jump, you're going to need to dilute it. At least 1-to-1 for now. All right? Then we can go from there. It smells. But if it does work, I actually got like 3/4 of a garbage can worth of fertilizer, so I guess that works out. Either way, I hope this works out. And let me know down in the comments below. Have you tried this? Did it work? Did it didn't work? Did I give you a little inspiration or ideas? Because it is going to work. I know it is. It's just a matter of now how I, in this state of condition, is going to be putting all this fertilizer into all of my garden. So that's probably for another episode or another type of idea that I got to figure out. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash that like button. I would really appreciate. Also, you know what? If you got a little bit of giggles out of it, then hey, I guess that worked out too. You know what I mean? It's all good. All right? I'm here to be the guinea pig for everybody. Okay? The good, the bad, and see what happens. All right? Until the next episode, you guys, where you and me okay. Until the next episode, you guys, you and me both are going to be growing our happiness one plant at a time, one day at a time. I got to catch my breath again. Whew. God bless you all. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace and love.